one of the things was they're very interested in using us for locating portals.
Like interdimensional portals?
You could call them that, yeah.
To bring in, transfer, explain that a little more if you can.
Used kind of like in the kind of Stargate SG4 TV series kind of thing. In the beginning, they found that they could just transport non-living, inanimate kind of things like machinery and supplies and that kind of stuff. And then they developed ways of sending a rail of like a small kind of like train that would had seating, hold people, and send that through. That was shielded in a certain way.
Were these tests they were doing, or where were they taking this? Or what was the...
To bases or colonies.
On different planets.
Yeah.
Were you ever in one of the Stargates?
Yeah.
What were the main? Can you talk about that a bit? Because I think it's coming out.
I have some memories. The one that I remember I went to a couple times. I have memories of. I could almost draw a picture. It's you come out in like a cavern, and there's an opening, like kind of like a grotto cavern opening, and outside there's kind of like a purplish sky there were like a couple of moonish things out, and then there was water, steamy water, and there were people that were laughing and kind of having R&R out there, just right outside the cave or whatever. And then it went further, everything was built further inside the mountain or whatever.
So there was a base of some sort.
Yeah, it was a base of some sort. And you turn back and look, and you could see and there was a loudspeaker. It was almost like a Grand Central Station. You could hear just information being...
Like scheduled train schedules or something like that?
That and just general information being spoken. And
English?
Yeah, it was English. And I remember lots of times seeing people and just the one-piece kind of jumpsuit kind of things with flags from several different countries on their shoulders.
Any other badges or insignias that you can recall?
Yeah, there were several insignias, some with, triangle shape with a circle in it, a circle going around it that was like a dragon or a serpent of some sort. I remember that. It was a black patch with the delta shape, may have been yellow or something. It was those colors would stand out from black. I kind of remember seeing that several times.
And the jumpsuits they were wearing, were they colored or?
Yeah, different colors.
Different colors.
Yeah. Different people wearing different colors. I guess they had different jobs or whatever.
Right, but international.
I don't remember any of them having any lanyards with name tags or anything like that. I guess everything was biometric.
Did they communicate verbally, or did you sense that they were communicating other means too?
No, they were walking around talking to each other. I think they had to have a sense of community or a sense of social, so morale doesn't break down or whatnot.
Right.
But I don't know where this was.
I was just going to ask you that if you knew.
I have no idea. But I remember going there, coming out of that a couple times.
To that same place.
Yeah, because I remember coming out a couple times, looking out, and different times seeing different groups of people out by that little water area. I mean, there was steam coming out. It was like...
Were you there in the physical, or were you just remote viewing it? Did you actually...
No, I was physically there.
You were physically there.
Yeah.
Right, so you were aware of your body and you could interact with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, just to go back, because I'm trying to so these portals these stargates that they started opening up, so they were actually transferring information, materials,
People.
people, and how long do you feel like this has been going on?
Since at least the 50s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right,
And I know that something happened to where a lot of them stopped working because they started retapping a lot of us that had experience in locating them. A lot of them, they were trying to, I guess, something happened where a lot of some of these, I guess people, you call them cabal or whatever, some of these people were like trying to like get out, leave.
right.
I guess they didn't have anywhere here that they felt safe to hide out. And they were asking, there were like groups of us that were like pulled onto that craft that were asked to, like 3 or 4 of us at a time, that were asked to locate portals. Okay. They had problems that portals, that the endpoints used to be at a certain address or code, were now just flailing out in open space now.
Okay. So they had a physical geolocality on the planet. Were they physically on the planet, or were they in the atmosphere of the planet, or?
Both.
Both. Okay, so you would find a geophysical location and it would have a portal that would open up to some other.
Yeah, and some of them were like, kind of like the Aurora Borealis. It was where magnetically the sun interacted with the atmosphere. And it was over certain magnetic anomalies in the earth.
Right. Okay.
And it had to do with the sun's behavior at the time and the position of the earth. Things had to be just right for certain portals to be operative. And something was going on to where they were not operative on schedule, and or the other side was not opening up where it was supposed to.
Okay. Well, did you know of any cases where people went into a portal and were lost?
Oh, in the beginning, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people were, on the other side, were quite a mess.
Right. Like sent someplace, yeah. So trying to get the picture on the whole thing. Were there portals that were always open? Or it was all tied into something?
Not unless it was artificially kept
Okay,
open.
right. So there were, but I know there were attempts made, and there are, according to a lot of the testimony, that there are some portals that have been kept open. Did you ever have?
That would be, from what I remember, that would be a very bad thing.
Yeah.
It would destabilize the other portals, and something to do with the Earth's magnetic field and other.
Right.
It'd have a cascading effect.
Right. So this is why we've had things coming and going on the planet forever, I'm sure,
Yeah, and these magnetic point-to-point portals and interdimensional doorways are not exactly the same thing.
Okay.
These interdimensional rips that I think some people are talking about that are left open are totally different.
Right.
And these kinds of things were opened by some of these dark magician practitioners way back, like in the 1980s through the 1940s.
Okay.
Like,
What do you mean, the 1880s?
yeah,
Turn of the century.
1880s.
Yeah, the turn of the century is when a lot of the,
1940s, like,
I would call them the modern day sorcerers that were.
Yeah, like the Nazis and the pre-Nazi groups, and a lot of them. This is the stuff I heard from these Black Sun people.
Oh, okay, they talked about that.
They knew already about my knowledge of portals and stuff. And they were talking to me about what I knew about the dimensional rifts and passageways. And I told them not that much. I said, I mean, I knew I knew what they were, they existed, and that some of the reptilian beings or whatever traveled that way. But you know, if there's some of them that are stuck open or whatever, that's not a good thing.
Right. Yeah. So in